CW3 Lori Hill is the first woman in the military to receive the Distinguished Flying Cross for heroism. She joined the Army to fund her college education and later became a pilot of the OH-58D Kiowa Warrior helicopter. A book about brave women warriors is linked. Amazon link. U.S. Army Chief Warrant Officer 3. Lori Hill is the first woman in the military to receive the Distinguished Flying Cross for heroism. She joined the Army at 17 to fund her college education and later became a helicopter pilot and aviation safety officer. Unable to walk due to leg wounds, a Korean War veteran urged his comrades to leave him behind. He was last seen fighting the enemy. His story is available in a book, audiobook, and documentary. Sergeant Roberto Daniel Sanchez, a 24-year-old 75th Ranger Regiment team leader, was killed in action in Afghanistan on October 1st, 2009. He had served 5 deployments, 3 to Iraq, 2 to Afghanistan. The 2009 rescue of Captain Richard Phillips from Somali pirates by Navy SEALs. U.S. Marine Corps gunnery Sergeant Justin E. Schmalstieg died December 15, 2010 in Helmand Province, Afghanistan during combat operations. Semperfi. Winfield Scott Gibson III, a decorated Wabipudi U.S. Air Force officer and combat pilot, flew 53 missions at age 22, demonstrating exceptional courage and skill. Winfield Scott Gibson III, a decorated Wabipudi U.S. Air Force officer and combat pilot, flew 53 missions. His courage and skill earned him numerous accolades. His book, audiobook, and documentary are available worldwide. Master Sergeant Roy Benavides, initially with the 82nd Airborne and later 5th Special Forces Group, rescued a trapped Special Forces team under heavy fire in Vietnam, May 2nd, 1968, sustaining severe injuries but saving 8 lives. He received the Medal of Honor and retired as a Master Sergeant. Staff Sergeant Chantel Taylor, a British combat medic, was the first female British soldier to kill an enemy combatant at close quarters during an ambush in Afghanistan in 2008. A book, Women in War, features her story. Chicago police officer Crystal Rivera, 36, died on June 5, 2025 during a foot pursuit. A 4-year veteran, she was known for her courage and compassion. U.S. Navy Nebraska Vet Chief Petty Officer Raymond Paul Lawson died as a prisoner of war on July 20th, 1942. U.S. Navy WWE Veteran Chief Petty Officer Raymond Paul Lawson died as a POW on July 20th, 1942 in Cabanatuan POW camp, Luzon, Philippines. God bless our vets. Jane Haining, a Scottish missionary, died in Auschwitz in 1944 for protecting Jewish children during the Holocaust. She refused to leave her post in Budapest despite orders to return home. Lest we forget, U.S. Air Force Captain Edwin Raymond Eason, killed in action on November 19, 1964, during a ferry flight over South Vietnam. He received the Distinguished Flying Cross, Air Medal, and Air Force Commendation Medal. On September 29, 1966, Major Saul Waxman's F-4C aircraft sustained 3 direct anti-aircraft hits. He directed his burning aircraft to uninhabited highway, ensuring his pilot ejected safely from the center. Jorge Otero Carrero, a U.S. Army soldier, was one of the most decorated veterans of the Vietnam War, earning 38 military decorations. Nicknamed the Puerto Rican Rambo and Sergeant Rob, he served 5 voluntary tours in Vietnam, 1961 and 1970, participating in over 200 combat missions. God bless our vets. God bless our vets. He was a true hero who defended the American Constitution and protected the American people. His legacy will carry on. Rest in peace. Specialist 4, Charles Chuck Weldon served in Vietnam. Then as a K-9 surgeon for 25 years with Miami-Dade Police, followed by 10 years with Evans. He's now retired and enjoying a lifetime of service. Lest we forget, the U.S. Marine Corps CPL, David John Orders, killed in action, May 2010, 1970, Yangon, Vietnam. Lest we forget, the U.S. Marine Corps CPL, David John Orders, killed in action, May 22, 1970, Yangon, Vietnam. My father, a Jewish refugee from Italy, served in the American forces in North Africa and Normandy. He drove trucks, landing on the beaches of Normandy and reaching Paris days later. Many fought for our freedom. Their sacrifices should be remembered. The Allies saved the world. Violette Sabo, an English-French SOE agent during La Vie Lune, was a hero who prioritized the common cause over personal safety. Her exploits were so impressive that she's one of a trio of... In 1942, British commandos, led by Lieutenant Colonel Charles Augustus Newman, launched Operation Chariot, a daring raid on the heavily defended French port of Saint-Nazaire. The mission, crucial to disrupting German naval operations, was a largely suicidal undertaking, yet commandos chose to participate. Female gladiators were rare in ancient Rome, but their role was fascinating. Popular culture often depicts only male gladiators, but women did participate. On June 6, 1944, nearly 7,000 U.S. and Allied ships launched Operation Neptune, the crucial naval component of D-Day, leading to the liberation of Western Europe and Allied victory in Rome de France. God bless our vets. On October 3, 2009, Staff Sergeant Clinton Romisha fought off a massive Taliban assault on combat outpost Keating in Afghanistan. The outpost was overwhelmed by enemy fire, but Romisha bravely defended it. The Giant Killer, and Medevicius Menor, the enduring legend of the naked gunner from W1, is fueled by recent social media posts. The gunner's identity remains unknown, yet the photograph continues to fascinate. The image's incongruity with the context adds to its intrigue. I struggled with a case involving a young man who lost his arms and legs. Amputated arms were particularly difficult because, unlike legs, they couldn't be replaced with decent prosthetics in the 1970s. Thinking back to the war, my homecoming struggles pale in comparison to those of our soldiers. Young veterans faced immense challenges upon return, lacking jobs and support, struggling to find anyone to confide in. It was a very difficult time. To learn more about women warriors, see the book, Women in War. Amazon link provided. U.S. Army nurse Virginia Dornhagen describes her delayed reaction to trauma after returning from Vietnam in 1971, triggered by a car backfire and later a firecracker. She reflects on suppressed feelings despite not fighting in the field. Captain Richard J. Flaherty, despite his small stature, 4 feet 9 inches, 97 pounds, became a remarkable figure in U.S. military history. Born in 1945 with a rare blood condition, he defied expectations. For more information, see The Giant Killer, book, audiobook, and documentary. Despite his small stature, 4 feet 9 inches, 97 pounds, Captain Richard J. Flaherty became a remarkable figure in U.S. military history. Born in 1945 with a rare blood condition that stunted his growth, he defied expectations. His 60-year, 8th Central Postal Directory Battalion, a Midut group of women, accomplished amazing feats. To learn more, see the book Women in War, a gripping collection of the untold true stories of history's bravest women warriors. Amazon link provided. Special Forces Heroism during the Tet Offensive, John 30-31, 1968. Over 80,000 North Vietnamese and Viet Cong troops launched a countrywide offensive. To learn more about the Vietnam War, see The Giant Killer, book, audiobook, and documentary. God bless our vets. San Antonio Police Officer Tim rescued 4 children from a burning apartment building. He talked the children down from the second story
US Army Medal of Honor recipient was released his team against a superior enemy force. They could promote a book, audiobook, and documentary about him and the Vietnam War. Bài viết rất hot hot của các nhà died on February 9, 1969, trong a wounded FPLA while on a combat mission in Vietnam. US Army Private Lawrence Gerard was killed in action on November 9, 1968, in Tây Ninh. God bless our vets. The Battle of El Alamein Vitricio in Veduvedupi, imparting the assessor of taking the Suez Canal. After Stress, 1942 collapse, North Africa became a key battleground. In Italy, Ali successful found Italian for put the Adivan of Field Marshal. The Giant Killer, Dr. Brina Yesoch Impatung Service during the phone of Kabul in 2021 involuntaring for this Lakider and Ensign Essential Supply for Truth. He said, and it was just taking care of people. Christian Sirius Hatcher, 19, hai nhân dân Battalion Reaper, was killed in action beyond Iraq in Iraq, Afghanistan. Theo tu Sodi Pilot BT Helmet các IS in Kerang of Hill, BT Helobet các IS Behin Hill. IS Army Special for Captain Renom Gillespie playing with Locan Villager Kider. Odet Sansom, Akeren Hausui, Titan A highly decorated Reduced in City Rapid Passing High of AZ and Executing AS and Operating. The Engaged in Gula Ramper Against the Acid Power. Odet Sansom, Reduced in City for Nature, was put her just the job for her brother. Her story, and author like her, highlighted to the role of espionage and the of women in war. A book, Women in War, Keeping Her Story, is available. Theo 101 SCT Ebitron Division Signifying Rome in the Vietnam War, 1965-1972, IS Highlight, Keeping a Photo of IT Richard Laherty. Theo Division, Operan ASAN Emomobin Unit, Conduct Operation Across Cyber Vietnam. Further information is available in Rogan Killer Book, Audiobook, and Documenta. Nicole Malakosi, born in 1974, Team of Becoming a Fighter Piloting A-Sign. David Initio Bari, her person and family legacy left her RIP Hero. Solidan more about women in war, Swedish book, Amazon link. Medal of Honor recipient Jediye Redje Suvaya Helicopter Craft and Multiple Injuries while serving his life career. This full story is available in book, audiobook, and ebook format. Theo 101 SCT Edition Division, Extreme Eagles Uterus in Vietnam, 1965-1972, Operan Primarily Esan Emomobin Unit. Photo Show IT, Richard Laherty. Fungi Speed Injuries Imply on Soldier Refusion. Bamboo Steel, Often Poison or Protect in Extreme, Refunctionally in Fit, Causing Several. Theo cột Antonentium, A Book About Women in War. Corporal Michael Pye, Royal Redeem of Scotland, Killed in Action 2011. Sharon Land, A Lieutenant with The 312 TH Evacutino Hospital, was deployed to Vietnam. She chose to remain in the Vietnamese group, losing civilian with DCA, that did Ben offer a transfer. Let we forget. IS Aminus Dian Canson Evan Vestiber The Hostility to be the Vietnam Soldier, including Ben Staton, and Westin Society Intent of Ken.
On September 21st, 1967, while on a reconnaissance operation, Lance Corporal Jet Barber's squad was attacked by enemy fire, sustaining numerous casualties. Despite being wounded, Barker bravely remained in the operation. U.S. Marine Corps PFC Albert Danbridge was killed in action on February 19, 1968 in Thu Thien Province, Vietnam. ANZAC stands for Australian and New Zealand Army. Coined during World War I, it refers to the combined forces of Australia and New Zealand. The term emerged in 1915 during the Gallipoli campaign. To Australians, ANZAC embodies courage, sacrifice, and nation. U.S. Army nurse Diane Carlson Evans recounts a night under rocket and mortar fire, highlighting the nurse's immediate response to prioritize patient safety above their own. The Post also mentions her book, Healing Wounds, and a collection of stories, Women in War. U.S. Army Corporal Thomas M. Ralston was killed in action on August 22, 1969 in Quang Ngai Province, Vietnam.